What is a sin of our tongue as Muslims that haven't been talked about by our fellow knowledgeable Muslims in agama in din Islam? I could say that this is about blurting out blurting out blasphemous words that resulted from owning a sharp tongue with a smooth heart as a Muslim. What do I mean about a Muslim that has a sharp tongue with a smooth heart at the same time? For example, there's a fellow Muslim that has been struggling with his or her personal problem, then you init- okay, you deliberately approached him or her to help her or him cope up with its personal problem that hasn't been solved for a long time. However, after sharing your knowledge in Islam and sharing what your virtues that you learned from Hadith and Quran, you just ended up gaslighting that struggling person, struggling Muslim, struggling fellow Muslim. What is gaslighting? It is uh, it is a bad manner when you blame that person from what it is struggling about. It is like you're giving that person a self hatred or feeling of guilt from it from its personal problems. It's like you're you're blaming that person as if it is his or her own choice or own decision that led her struggle from its environment that led her going through a certain difficulty, a certain heavy shortcoming, heavy dilemma that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is letting him or her undergo about that time. What is blasphemy? All in all, in Sharia law or Islamic law, blasphemy is when you have said words that could show irreverence or disrespect to Allah Ta'ala, and as well to Quran and Hadith. In the meantime, so what is this sin of our tongue that I am pertaining to? This is uh, this is a pious Muslim that owns a sharp tongue with a smooth heart. It means that a specific Muslim that have undergone blasphemy is when she or he shared Islamic knowledges or shared Islamic virtues to a struggling fellow Muslim, while those problems that his or her fellow Muslim open up to to the Muslim that has sharp tongue and smooth heart, that its right ear or right side of ear absorbed that sinful Muslim throw those absorbed problems of its fellow Muslim from the sinful Muslim's left ear, all the while that sinful Muslim brought the negative energy back to the struggling fellow Muslim, only to make a struggling fellow Muslim suffer again, but from another problem. What is another problem? Having a feeling of guilt and self-hatred because that struggling fellow Muslim all of a sudden, out of the blue, blamed his herself or himself from the personal problems that it went through. For as of that struggling fellow Muslim's perception, after all, is that struggling fellow Muslim is at its own all fault. The struggling fellow Muslim is at all own fault. So that struggling fellow Muslim might have done a wrong choice or a wrong decision. That's why that struggling fellow Muslim has struggled from its environment. Because the sinful Muslim that I was talking about throwed its fellow Muslims problems that she or he absorbed by left side of ear to and then throw throw out throw those problems that are absorbed out again from left side of ah okay from left side of ear. That sinful Muslim absorbed the fellow Muslim's personal problem from its right side of ear, then throw those problems that are absorbed out from left side of ear. All in all, this is simple enough, and it has similarity to a popular wisdom wisdom saying, which is action speaks louder than word. Action speaks louder than word means when a person made promises, commitments, but after a long time, that person had had broke had broke had broken such promises. That person broke such promises or commitments to another person. I can relate these popular wisdom word to my topic because you you helped your fellow Muslim to cope up from its personal problem by sharing your knowledges and virtues in Islam, while after helping that fellow Muslim to cope up is you gaslighted that fellow Muslim by saying blasphemous words to that fellow Muslim, like you just you just told that fellow Muslim that it's her or his fault that maybe maybe she or he has done a wrong choice or wrong decision. That's why she or he experienced uh, a difficulty. You just gaslighted that struggling fellow Muslim afterwards. So it's really important to do not turn to that open hands for helping you from your personal problems. If that open hand can possibly make your personal problems heavier than it might have seemed in the first place. You will just end up as a struggling fellow Muslim, burdening multiple times heavier shoulder than how it weighed in the than how heavy it weighed in the first place. That's what I was talking about in a Muslim that has a sharp tongue but has a gentle heart. What is the sense of your versatility regarding personal obligatory knowledge in Islam and virtue development in Islam if you just use it as authority to dirt out blasphemous words or sinful words to your fellow Muslim. This will end up as a nonsense, as a futile, as a pointless reputation of yours, like being knowledgeable and virtue driven in Islam.